So, following up from my Splatoon 2 video, I'm going to talk about yet another game for the Nintendo Switch. Actually, two games for the Nintendo Switch that have been announced, but not a lot of people are talking about them. And if they are, it's very mixed. And I want to just basically push these games and basically, talk about them. This is Fast RMX. I don't know if it's supposed to be stylized as remix or what, but I've just been calling it Fast RMX, and it's by Shinin, which is an indie developer. They also make the Nano Assault games, Nano Stray, those games. They are one of my favorite developers, one of my favorite indie developers. They heavily supported the Wii U. They've supported Nintendo since, oh god, for years, for years. They had games on the Wii, on the DS. I can go on. Anyways, this is the third game in the Fast series that they have made. The first one was on WiiWare back in the day on the Wii, called Fast Racing League. And then I want to say it was 2015. I want to say it was like 2015. In December, they released Fast Racing Neo. That was on the Wii U exclusively. Now we're getting the third game, Fast RMX, exclusive for the Nintendo Switch. It is basically a high-speed futuristic racer, very similar to games like Wipeout and F-Zero. And it is amazing. I know I've shown gameplay of Fast Racing Neo before. I know I've talked about it, but I wanted to talk about this new game. It is exclusive to the Nintendo Switch, like I said. Going through the details here, you do have 30 tracks with this game. There's going to be up to online's up to 8 players, local split screen multiplayers up to 4 players. There was a video interview with Shinin as well that you can do up to 8 players locally with individual switches, which is something else they showed at the conference for a lot of multiplayer Switch games in general. And you can use the Joy-Cons, so right off the bat you have up to 2 players with just one Switch out of the box, which is cool. There's going to be 15 new cars and everything. And for a lot of those people who are very big on resolution and frames per second, you got a lot of fanboys, PC fans and PS4 fans and Xbox fans, a lot of people who are like, oh, look at my game, it's 1080p, 60 frames, Well, this game is 1080p, 60 frames per second. And it's going to maintain a constant 60 frames no matter what mode you play, no matter how many players you're playing with. So there you go. And you can just tell, look at the screenshots. This game looks gorgeous. Fast Racing Neo already looked gorgeous on the Wii U. It's one of the most gorgeous games on the Wii U. And this is even more so. And these are still screens, of course. When you see the game in action, I'm pretty sure it's going to be just like Fast Racing Neo. Fast Racing Neo, just the sense of speed that it gives you is insane. It's just insane. But I know it's supposed to come out according to Nintendo's little image they showed off a while back. Well, not a while back, I guess a couple days ago, I should say, about their lineup for 2017. This is slated for March, not launch day, but launch period of March. So we should be getting it. But anyways, you look at other, like here, no one's talking about this game. Let me switch over to some other stuff. This is Nintendo Life. No one's talking about it. No topics. Here's the Fast RMX board at GameFAQs. Again, there's one topic. That's it. Let's go to the Switch message board on GameFAQs, the whole Switch message board, and just look at what's going on here. You see no one talking about Fast RMX. No one. No one talking about it. Now, let's go to IGN. This is a video they posted a couple days ago on the 13th. 3 minutes of Fast RMX Nintendo Switch gameplay. And you look down at the comments, and the comments are very mixed. This person's like, this is just a repurposed Fast Racing Neo. The rubber banding AI in that game was so bad it drove me bonkers. I don't know what game that person was playing because I never had that issue with mine, but whatever. He says controls felt a little tight. It didn't feel tight to me. They felt pretty... I mean, I mean, they felt tight enough to where you needed them to, but they felt good. This person's like, everyone really needs Captain Falcon that bad. Come on, it's almost F-Zero just with another IP. Exactly, that person I agree with. This person doesn't even get a chance. Hate it already. Looks like F-Zero, but based on the way the machine is drifting left and right, it appears to have the same awful controls of the Wipeout series. F-Racing was tight as my... I don't know what he's trying to say there, but no. First off, the Wipeout series has been a long-running series on a lot of the Sony consoles for years. We're talking for years. It hasn't had a new game lately, but they are getting the Wipeout, what's it called, the Legacy Collection or whatever this year on the PS4, which I am also getting that day one. But you can't say that has awful controls when the games have been coming for years. It has a loyal fan base, and all the reviews and people who have played it have said the controls are good. So if it had awful controls, it would not have been a long-running series and have had so much success. But this person's like, this is technically F-Zero, great game. Before till now, the formula is aged old. I surely pass on this. So you're going to pass on it because an old formula? I mean, sure. Futuristic racers have been around for a while. We're talking for decades, yes. But so have platformers, so have RPGs, so have adventure games. You know? It's just, and sure, you can say they've improved, but it's still the same formula. It's the same genre that we're still seeing, you know? See, even the person who replied, it's a racing game. What the fuck are they supposed to add to the formula? Exactly. And games like Fast Race and Neo offer a lot more to the formula, with the switching mechanic between the different phases that let you get different boosts and everything. So it's really, really interesting. There's a lot of unique ideas there. This person's like, at this point, Nintendo seems to have no intentions to ever touch F-Zero again. They might as well just hire the guys that make these fast games and have them instead make new F-Zero games. And it's just like, okay, we know Nintendo wants to make F-Zero. We know they do because they've talked about it. They were going to make one on the Wii U. I keep bringing this up. They were going to hire Criterion, the Need for Speed developer, to make an F-Zero game to launch with the Wii U. That didn't happen because Criterion wanted to make whatever Need for Speed game they were making at the time. They didn't have any extra resources, so Nintendo put it on the shelf again. But that means there's interest there. Now, F-Zero, as much as fans like myself want it, it's a more niche game. This genre in particular is very niche. Futuristic racing games are a niche genre in this day and age. It's just facts. So it's not something they're going to come out right out at the gate with. What would you rather them come out with? A game like Super Mario Odyssey, which is guaranteed to sell Switches on that game alone, or a game like F-Zero, which it might have its fans, but you're looking at a couple thousand people that'll buy a Switch just for that game, compared to millions of people who will buy a Switch just to play the latest Mario game. That's just how it is. So it's something that I'm sure we'll get right, down the line. I have no doubt of that. But people are expecting, like, we need F-Zero now. It needs to be an overnight thing. It's not. There's a lot of other stuff that goes on. Still nope. See, people aren't even giving it a chance. Some people are. Whoa, this looks sweet as fuck. Still waiting for a proper F-Zero HD game. Okay, and it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense. Now, if you go over here to Reddit, now a lot of people are actually giving it some good reception. It's no F-Zero, but I'll take what I can get at this point. Exactly. Is F-Zero the king of the genre? Absolutely. But is Fast Racing Neo, the Fast series, pretty damn good as well? Absolutely. I've played both of them. I've played tons of the F-Zero games, and I've played the Fast series. I cannot wait for Fast RMX. We can scroll down some more. Looking great. It has an improvement from the Wii U graphics-wise. 1080p instead of the 720p on Wii U. Should be gorgeous. And it already looked awesome on Wii U, someone replied. I agree with that. The game did look amazing on Wii U. This is one of the few developers who actually didn't dodge the Wii U, one person says. So, yep. Shinin putting major studios to shame since 1989. Yep, exactly. And this person's like, my plan was to just buy Mario Kart as a racing game, but RMX is looking great, at least what we saw in this video. And I agree. I agree with this person. I love Mario Kart. Don't get me wrong, I love Mario Kart. But I need more than just Mario Kart when it comes to racing games. And at the same time, I play video games because I like being in a fantasy world. I don't play video games to be in the real world. You know, if I wanted to drive around the city in a sports car, I can do that in real life technically. Maybe not to the same degree, you know, running around at like 150 miles per hour or whatever. But like things like Need for Speed, Gran Turismo, Forza, you know, stuff like that that doesn't really do it for me. So I'm very picky with my racers, but at the same time, I want more than Mario Kart. So games like these that come around, they pique my interest, you know, and I agree with this person. I knew we were going to get Mario Kart on the Switch. It's a given. It's on every Nintendo platform, but I did not expect a Fast Racing Neo sequel. So, which I love Fast Racing Neo, and I love Mario Kart. So obviously I'm going to get both of them. I love Mario Kart, but it's not the only racing game I need. And to be honest, Mario Kart and Fast RMX are almost two completely different genres. They're both racing games, but that's about all they have in common. They're very different. They're different, completely different subgenres of the racing genre. If racing is a genre, well, Mario Kart is part of the kart racing or party racing subgenre, and Fast Racing Neo is part of the futuristic fast speed racing subgenre. And they are both completely different feels, completely different gameplay. Besides getting from one end of the track to the other, you know, that's all they have in common. So yeah, but yeah, see, a lot of people, um, you know, this person, I've been a huge fan of Wipeout HD on PS3. I really cannot wait to have this game as a nice replacer for Wipeout on the Switch. So yeah, there are a lot of people. You know, this person looks great as a big fan of F-Zero and Wipeout games. This looks right up my street, you know? So there are a group of people that do want this game. They look at this game. It looks amazing, you know, just like I feel it does. But there's not enough, unfortunately, and that's what I'm worried about. And whether this game is a redone enhanced port or if it's a sequel. I think it's a sequel. It looks like a sequel, just with some returning features, but still, the game looks amazing. Now, you've probably seen, like, this person says, this game looks great, but so does REDOUT. If we go over here, I got Amazon page up for REDOUT. This is another game as well, another futuristic racing game. This actually reminds me a little bit more of Star Wars Pod Racer back on the N64 with the way the cars look. I don't know if you guys remember that game all the way back in the N64 days. There was a game that was Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer. It was a game all about the pod racing from Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And it was amazing. It was a really, really amazing game. Not really as fast speed as something like F-Zero or Wipeout or Fast Racing, but it was still a really good game. And this actually looks like it looks like something similar to that with like Fast Racing and F-Zero, mixed in. It's going to launch at $40. Amazon says December 29th, but supposedly it's going to be in the spring sometime. But again, this is another one, and this is being put out by Nicholas, who are behind Cave Story. If you guys know what Cave Story is, a lot of people do. That was one of the first really big indie games of the current generations. So, you got to think, is this going to be good? Absolutely. This game has already come out to Steam, I believe, and I think it's coming to other systems as well. So it's not a Switch exclusive like Fast RMX is. But the fact of the matter is, the fact that you already have two other racing games on the Switch as well, one of them's already a fast hyperspeed game, just like this one is. Not to mention the online, the local multiplayer, the handheld capabilities of the Switch, being able to always have the option for two players on the go with the Joy-Cons. You can already tell this game will be great. A great game. I'm not saying it's going to be bad on the Xbox One or PS4 or whatnot, because the game is going to be great either way, but it'll be perfect as far as mobility and multiplayer options on the Switch. And it's a great companion piece to go with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Fast RMX. So this is going to be $40, retail and digital. Fast RMX is also going to be retail and digital. I don't know the price yet. I'm guessing it's going to be similar to this, like $30 to $40. I doubt it's going to be a $60 game. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is unfortunately a $60 game. I feel like that should have been 40 to 50, but either way, that's 3 racing games we're going to have in the first year on the Nintendo Switch, and they're all going to be quality. They're not going to be shovelware. They're not going to be like, oh, here's a licensed Disney Cars 3 racing game. No, it's not going to be that. These are all 3 going to be quality games. So right off the bat, the Switch is going to have, decent multiplayer racing support. And just think of this. All 3 of these games are going to be online. People complaining about paying the price for online gaming when you already have to do that for the other systems anyways. Well, there's 3 racing games right off the bat that are going to be able to be played online. So there you go. I'm getting all 3 of them. So yeah, I'm probably going to show some gameplay off soon of Fast Racing Neo and Fast Racing League, just because I want to get those games more. I want to show you guys more about them so you can see what I'm talking about. Yes, they're similar to F-Zero and Wipeout, but they're also their own thing. They exist on their own. They're not clones like people like to call them. They are inspired by F-Zero and Wipeout, but they are also their own thing. So these games are going to be great. I cannot wait for these games. So what do you guys think? Let me know. Throw some comments down below. And as always, more videos coming soon. I will catch you guys later.